Welcome back. This video will explain how to create repeats or block scheduling in the HearForm Pro Scheduler. As you may know, creating a repeat or blocking your schedule allows you to block out, for example, lunch for every day for the next year, or you may want to block out certain times for hearing evaluations or other types of important appointments. You can do that instead of one appointment at a time for a date range or a set number of days. It's real simple to do. You're going to grab the green plus sign circular button here in the lower right and then drop it on the desired time of, for example, the first day that you want to start the repeat. In this case, Monday the 5th, 12 o'clock, and I'm going to do this for one person, just Virginia, at a time here. So I'm going to drop that on there. It brings up this little window here, and you want to make sure that no patient name is in there. That's very important. I've made that mistake before, and then you kind of have to wipe it out and start over again. So make sure the very first thing that there's no patient ID, please. I do want to choose an appointment type, and in this case I can scroll down and choose lunch. And maybe I want to block that from 12 to, let's say, 1 o'clock. And if I just click the blue bar here, it's just going to create one appointment for lunch for just that one day. Well, I don't want to do that. Let's say I want to block out lunch for the whole week. Of course, it could be 5 years, but let's now click the button called Create a Repeat in the lower right area here. Doing so pops up a little window with repeat options, and I can do this, schedule this lunch appointment daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. You'll virtually never use yearly, but let's talk about each one of those. I can stop that appointment after 5 different repetitions, and that's what I want to do now. But I could also click this little icon here, which is a button, and I could stop it after a particular date. So let's say I wanted to do it through December 31st of this year or next year, etc. So I could do that. In this case, again, I'm going to stop after 5 repetitions, and I really would just click continue, and that will create my 5 repeats. Now, of course, adding 5 appointments is not that hard, so you generally wouldn't do it for just 5, but you may do it for 50 or 500. I can also set a repeat for every Monday, and by holding the control key down, I can say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, kind of selecting multiple days there. And once again, I can stop after 5 repetitions or stop on a particular day. In the same way, I can do that monthly. Now, when I choose a day here, I can choose multiple days. Let's uncheck those. But I just wanted to show you can also choose to, by clicking this button first, you want to stop on the first or second or third, fourth or last Monday of the month, or that sort of thing. I would say experiment with this, play around with it, maybe stop after a small number of days till you're comfortable with it. If you have a problem and you've created way too many appointments and you didn't mean to do that, you can contact HearForm support and we'll help you get rid of those 300 unwanted appointments relatively quickly. Let's go back to our daily stop after 5 repetitions for lunch. Of course, I'm talking quite a bit here, but normally it wouldn't take this long. You just click continue. Your repeating events have been created. Would you like to see them? I'm going to say no thanks. And I am going to close and refresh the calendar. And now what I've done is scheduled, let me refresh the button here, or the screen rather. And you'll see in just a moment that all my lunches now will show up. This particular one is double booked because I already had an appointment there. So a couple things just happened there. It doesn't show up automatically until the calendar is refreshed. And if you had an appointment there already, then you may say, oh boy, that's double booked, and you may have to reschedule that appointment if you want to make sure that you have your lunch, etc. So now all of those 5 are filled in. They are hidden behind the scenes in our appointment list, but let's just go take a quick look at that. I'm going to minimize this so you can see it better in the window, so bear with me just a moment, please. And I just have to fit that within the window here, and I'm going to go down to the very last 5 appointments that were created, and as you can see, they're all lunch that were created. These, there was 1 created plus an additional 5 here, so a total of 6 lunches were created, and they're only displaying 5 because I don't have my weekends showing. So I'm going to close this, go back to my schedule, and essentially that's how you create a repeat, or you're able to block out your schedule.